Good morning, everyone. It is Monday morning, and I just wanted to share a little experience that I've had over the past week. And it has to do with grief and loss. And I just maybe had an epiphany or I learned something, and I really want to just share that with you. I'm probably going to make a video that has more to do with grief and loss, but this is more of an experience that I had in this grief and loss that really taught me a valuable lesson that I want to hold dear, and I want to share it with you. Yeah, just this last week and a half ago, my beloved uncle passed away, and it was just really interesting to me that when we got the phone call, I spent some time by myself, and I'm in shock because it was sudden, and you just spend some time reflecting. And it was so interesting what came to mind for me regarding the passing of my uncle. My thoughts were that whatever disagreements we may have with each other, and whatever stresses and worries that we're experiencing in our lives right now, when my uncle passed away, all of that halted. It came to a stop. And if you've seen one of my last videos on stress, I've been really stressful, and I've been living in that stress and holding on to it. And what's very interesting is that just the passing of someone, it halted it all. The waters calmed because my focus was on that which is most important in our lives, and that's family. I just thought it was awesome. The reason I brought my uncle into this equation was that, of course, reflecting on him, his whole life, all he emanated was kindness and patience and togetherness and family. And I took his virtues and I held them close to my heart. Because all of my stresses and worries don't matter, he kind of showed me one last time that this is what matters: being kind to others and being patient with each other when we're in those confrontations and disagreements. Oh, it just filled my heart knowing that my uncle gave me one more piece of himself, and I'm just so grateful that I've had that opportunity to stop and take a look at it, where I'm putting my energy. And over the last week and a half, it has been zero energy on my struggles and my pains and my stresses. I've had it's been a nice break, to be honest. But it was also just so beautiful to be able to reflect that my uncle emanated these virtues of kindness and patience, and that gave me a little light to say, hey, Jack, let's be patient with these people. Let's be kind to them, because absolutely all of these squabbles that I'm going through, they don't matter at all. And when I die, definitely, I'm not going to think twice about what I'm worrying about right now. So it just gave me a different perspective, and I'm so grateful that I've had that opportunity to spend some time sitting in this. When we're hurting, it's very uncomfortable because we want it to be joyful and great all the time. But we also need to remember that I'm going through some emotions right now, holding my heart to my family members who've lost their dad and their husband, and to all my loved ones who loved him as well. And so my heart is expanding outward, and it doesn't have time to think about my silly little issues. And it just gave me a really good perspective. So I'm very happy that I spent the time sitting with myself and taking a look at that which is most important. And it dispersed the energies of my day-to-day life. Is it coming back now? Maybe. Maybe I'm starting to get those stresses again because I'm kind of going back to work today, and it's kind of normal now. We're heading back into the normal day-to-day work life. But it gives me perspective. And if I start going down that road again of stress and disagreeing, I'm just building more pain for myself, and I want to hold that pain for my family members who are hurting right now. So I just wanted to share that quickly with you today, and I hope that you can find in your own life, your own story, what is holding you back. And we don't want to have a death every day to take us out of our squabbles that we're dealing with, but it is helpful to have that perspective, a story like this, to remember kindness and definitely patience, because people's emotions are crazy right now. Like my family members' emotions are up and down right now because we're discovering this loss of someone we love so much, and it shows us our own mortality and our other loved ones who are maybe aging and or getting sick, and it's very scary sometimes. It's helpful to take a step back and look at yourself and what you're worrying about and where you're putting your energy. I just want to encourage you that whatever disagreements and stresses that we're experiencing right now, just in the midst of that, maybe try to find some kindness and patience with yourself and for others. Look at ways that you can spend time with others. I'm Jackie Frasch, and I'm a registered professional counselor, and just here to give you practical tips that can support you in your forward movement of your life, your journey, and encourage you to find new perspectives. And that's what today was about. So have a good one.